Good afternoon, people of the cardboard, and welcome back to Fun Deck. So we have the remaining cards from Burst Protocol. This is a super weird timing because normally you'd expect this to come out like later today or early tomorrow. But hey, makes sense. So let's get into reading them and be sure to stay tuned. And I'll do kind of a review of where I think Burst Protocol falls in general at the end of the video. Anyway, so it seems, spoiler alert, we will have a new penguin. But this is Dark Starling at Dark Staring at the Blue Sky. It's a level 10 Dark Reptile. Interesting. Attack 3k, defense 27. You only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If a monster special from the deck and or extra deck by opponents activate monster effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. All right, very niche. Weird. When a monster effect is activated that includes special summoning a monster, quick effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Oh, interesting. And then 3, during the end phase, if this card is currently banished and was banished this turn, you can return one of your other banished monsters to a graveyard. All right. This is super weird. Let's get into it. So this summoning condition is super weird, but I don't think there's any way the Reptile Pile decks can kind of cheat this out during your opponent's turn. Also, it being level 10 is interesting. I just want to get into that too. Because you think for Mitsu it'd be nice to have a high level reptile, but I think their Mitsurugi fusion actually requires exact levels. So you can't like tribute this from deck. Maybe when you contribute someone from the deck, I have to, but the one that ritual summons from the deck by tributing monster to hand or field, you could do maybe this. I'd have to double check that too. But usually you want to tribute a Mitsu ritual. But anyway, so this summon condition is super weird. It obviously is a pretty okay Snake Rain issue. It is weird though because you're summoning from the deck by a monster effect or extra deck. I don't know. Besides like a Kagari or Ray. Sorry, Ray can summon from the extra deck. But there's like if your opponent tour guides or anything like that, or has a floater or anything. That directly summons from the deck. This is okay. It's very niche. Has to be a monster effect that summons from deck or actually not just summoning by monster effect. Fine. So I think the idea theoretically is that if you do get this on the field somehow, it is basically okay. It is kind of like a warning, Black or Heaven for a monster effect specifically. And that's cute. I think this is actually a pretty good interruption. It's weird. I think the question is going to be what decks could actually facilitate loading this to graveyard and also cheating it out. I don't think the summon condition is just, generic enough to really allow you to summon it consistently. But I also think this return banish stuff is pretty cool too. I think this is meant to be like an Odoatic support, maybe. I'm not sure. But I think it's weird, but cool. There might be something. Anyway, now the card we're most hyped about, which is First Penguin. So it's a level 1 water wing beast effect monster. Wing beast? I thought they were typically aqua. I mean, it makes sense that they're wing beast, but I thought they were almost always aqua. Anyway, attack 100, defense 100. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control no face-up monster, you can spell this card from your hand. And if you do, it's treated as a tuner. Cute. All right, cool. You can discard one card and reveal one water synchro monster in your extra deck. Add one water monster with the same type as the reveal monster, but one level lower from your deck to your hand. Then you can change this card to face down defense position. Also, you can add special effect for this turn, except water monsters. All right. Interesting. I'm going to do, the classic look up. This is just from let's do here. So we're going to go water synchro, see what's an option here. Okay, so there's a decent number. And sort by level rank. Okay. So there's a decent number. There's no level 2s that can be searched out. There's only like one level 3. Tons of level 2 level 4s. Okay. There's some things. I think that's cute. I wonder, even though we have this list, it'd be interesting to look through and see what are the actual good targets you can search off of this. I like this. Obviously is kind of a minus. It would hurt to get Ash on this a lot, but it is cool that you can get any water monster theoretically. So I think this, depending, this is a perfect card to go make a video on, just talking about what targets are available, based off of the synchro monsters that are around, because this is pretty cool. And I mean, you don't have to changes the face on defense position. There'd just be no point to it. But I think it's cute because most likely this is setting up, for penguins. The big thing, oh, the big thing would be go for Penguin Brave. You could actually search out, is it Penguin Hero, if I remember? The level 5 one that can summon itself by um, flipping up a face down monster you control. So you could use this card, discard, reveal the Penguin Synchro monster, search Penguin, it might be Penguin Brave or Penguin Hero, flip this face down, and then you can summon it. So this is a really cool combo card for Penguin, which I didn't know the deck needed. It's also nice that this they have, I think, a Tenki for the deck, and this, so you could search this out with that, summon this, and then use its effect to search out in combo. So this is actually a really, probably the best Penguin starter that could be imagined. It's a kind of extender and a starter for the deck. But I think what's more interesting for me is that this could be used in any type of deck, or any type of water deck theoretically, as long as you don't mind getting waterlogged. Like even sharks, I think it's worth looking into to see if there happens to be a target. I really, really like this. So this is something that needs to be, I think, considered moving forward. Also, if you're playing this in like Atlantean or Mermail, the discard effect would be by monster, a water monster effect. So it would proc any effects based on that. This is really cool. Okay, cool. Keep going. Forbidden Ritual Art. Ooh, big ritual support been happening recently. We got that level 10 demise. So this is a normal trap card. You only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. Ritual summon ritual monster from your graveyard by banishing other monsters from your graveyard whose total levels exactly equal its level, but destroyed daily end phase. Sure. And then you can banish this card from graveyard once this turn when your ritual monster, when you ritual summon with a card effect that requires a monster. You can also banish ritual monster from the graveyard. It's monster used for the ritual summon. Sorry, I botched that. But yeah, basically you can banish this and then you can use ritual monsters in your graveyard as the material. That's cute. I wonder. I mean, this is a gimmicky card. It's fine. There's ritual summon from grave is nifty, and like you could see theoretically, oh, maybe Mitsu would play this or something. But I doubt it. I just feel like Mitsu has enough cards to grind and do stuff. I don't think this would really come up. In the substitution effect is also nifty, but it's so niche. I just don't know what decks could really benefit from being able to send this trap to graveyard and dump the graveyard with ritual monsters to banish. It's not even like from hand or grave or whatever. Yeah, I guess if it's handy, it doesn't matter. You wouldn't need this effect. But yeah, this is just I have issues with it. I think this is solidly pack filler. All right. Tip of the tongue reduction. Ew. Normal trap. When your opponent activates a card effect by declaring exactly one card name, negate that effect. Then you can add one card with that name from your deck to your hand. If the set card in its order control is destroyed by opponent's card effect, and target one face-up monster they control, it loses 500. All right, cool. So they need. I did want to say, Burst Protocol. I don't think there's any duds or just pointless cards. They proved me wrong. This is so stupid. Like I don't know what decks actually even declare names, and like this is just it's nice that it negates it, but it's very weird to me. Like this is only theoretically good in a mirror match, or if there's like a consistent engine to add a particular card that requires declaring. Yeah, this is just solid pack filler. Anyway, I think the last one. This is oh lordy. Gosen, Shugo, of course. It's a normal trap as well. Lots of normal traps today. It's one level 1 rank 1 monster from either graveyard, and if you do equip this card to it, fine. Interesting. Once per turn during the end phase, increase the equipped monster's level rank by 1. All right. And then apply these effects based on the equipped monster's level rank. So it gains, if it's 3+, it gains attack equal to its original attack. Cool. And then 5+ is unaffected by opponent's activated effects. And then once returned during your standby phase, if the equipped monster's level rank is 7 or higher, send all cards on the field to the graveyard. All right, I mean, this is the classic. Past couple sets, they have like the counter cards. I think this is also pack fill. There's just no way this is going to be competitive unless, because it doesn't negate the level 1 or whatever. The only deck I could see this in would be like an FA deck, or any deck where they have a level 1 that can actually modulate its level. I think that would be kind of interesting theoretically, just because if you can modulate its level up to 5+, it is just basically blank unaffected. But even then, what your payoff is during your standby phase. So it has to survive your entirety of your opponent's turn. it has to then you can send all cards on like the field to the graveyard, including the monster you just built up. Yeah, this is pretty bad. So I would probably give these, if I'm starting to rank these cards again, 0, 0, 5. This one, it's pretty bad, but maybe there's a deck that can like somehow use it really well. This for me, I think this is really interesting. The Penguin card. I think the Penguin cards, I'm going to give it, I know this is high, I'm going to give it a solid like 4 out of 5, just because I think this is something that can be used in any water specific deck moving forward and is a completely free card. All it takes is a discard and a reveal, and it's even a free extender. So there's tons of decks that could use this, just having a level 1 tuner. I mean, honestly, I mean, you can even do it in Yummy if you really wanted to. Just having a level 1 extender. I doubt Yummy would really want to waste on this, but this is the card I'm most excited about. And I'll give this other one, let's go 2 out of 5. I think it's okay, but I think it needs a very specific deck to be able to pay it off. But yeah, Penguin, it was the cover card of these reveals, and turns out it is by far the best one, and I think this is super exciting. Burst Protocol as a whole, like I briefly mentioned before, I think they haven't had too many flops. I've commented in other videos. This set's random. They've supported a lot of old decks from like Archfiends to BES. Like no one could see what this pack was going for or what they were trying to do. But I do think overall they haven't had too many completely pointless pack filler cards, minus like a few that were just released here and like that one flip monster support card, like Riot or something like that. That was completely trash. Overall, I think every card is interesting, and especially again, first Penguin, huge, huge. I love it so much. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and be sure to like and subscribe to the video channel, whatever. Anyway, Fun Deck sign out.